G'day everyone, welcome to this week's podcast. G'day Shady, how's it going?
Hi Luke, how you going? Good to see you. It's been a while.
I know it's been a long time since I've been on. Pat came on, the star of the show, and you know, as we knew from the first one, he's got fans all around the world, just getting ready to watch his stuff.
Yeah, it always goes viral with Pat on, doesn't it?
Yeah. I think I was thinking about this before, that the last time I came on, we were top of the table and in the Champions League still. Not so good anymore, unfortunately.
Yeah. Well, I mean, it's not all doom and gloom. We need to fix our home form, that's for sure. I mean, let's focus. I think going into the season, we were all looking at Champions League spot. We're still in contention for that. We just need to keep our heads up and get it done. 10 games to go. We need to do it. But I mean, funnily enough, at the start of the season, if you told me I had 5 home and 5 away games, I wouldn't have been as worried about the home games as I am now, where we need to start winning at San Siro again. This is like maybe because I'm from like the older generation, I guess. But some people remember that in the 2007-2008 season, we had that what Galliani called the curse of the San Siro, where we went like the first half of the season. I think up until January, we didn't win at home, so we were either drawing or losing games at San Siro. And I think it never happened or something like that. It was very rare, obviously, in our history. And we finally broke it. We beat Napoli, I think, in January. It was a 5-2 win. I think it was Pato's first game, if I'm not mistaken. So, I mean, this reminds me of that run. Yeah. Thankfully, it's not as bad, but we need to start winning games at home, full stop. 10 games to go. Starting with this game against Samp on the Saturday, we need to get some wins under the belt.
Yeah, and I mean, it's been, 10 days since the last match, the win against Fiorentina, the 3-2 win. And I think the squad really needed a bit of a break. If anything, the Champions League, us falling out of the Champions League is probably almost, I mean, you could view it in a good way in the reduced games, because I think, as is evident with the injuries and form of a few players, that the season is starting to really get to us. Yeah,
it is. It is. You keep talking about the Champions League, so I'm not sure if I've been in a coma for a year or if you're calling the Europa League Champions League.
Sorry, Europa. I'm thinking of next year. That's what it is.
That's what I'm thinking. I was like, how long was I away for? How long was I away for?
It's been a long time since I've been on, Shady.
I did have that knock to the head, but who knows?
Yeah.
That's all good. I mean, and hopefully this time next year we're talking about progressing in the Champions League, not being knocked out, going on to win that 8th Champions League title. I agree with you, though, talking about this season, that, we needed a bit of a breather. I think we were unlucky against United to an extent. We gifted them that win, really. I mean, couldn't clear the ball. It's just bobbling around the area, and you knew anybody took a crack, it would go in. That's what happened with Pogba.
Yeah.
Let's not dwell though on all. I mean, let's try and look at this like if we were to divide the season into like chapters. Let's open a new chapter. 10 games to go. You got to win them. Got to make the Champions League. Finter slip, so be it. And we have a crack at the Scudetto. If not, we won that Champions League qualification more than anything, I think.
Absolutely. And I guess looking into the future, our next game is a big one, Sampdoria. It's not only a big one for the club, but also us in Melbourne, because it will be our first in-person event since COVID struck us, which is huge.
Yeah, massive, absolutely massive. It's been forever, hasn't it?
It's been too long, absolutely. So yeah, it'll be a big event in our history. Lots of cool things happening. Obviously, the Zlatan jersey, which will be auctioned off. So I've got my tickets. I'm ready and hoping that I win that. This was the last jersey that was auctioned off before I was even a member of the club. I think I won this, so I could go back to back.
might just be mystic Luke winning 2 raffles in a row. I mean, he gets the predictions of Yeah, so as Luke was saying, everyone, it's a signed, it was a signed jersey. Zlatan Ibrahimović signed it. We're selling it. I mean, giving away in the raffle. So definitely make sure you get there. Make sure if you can't, you get at the very least a raffle ticket or 2 or 10. Yeah.
Yeah, and I guess kind of the key details are that we'll get to the Crafty Squire in Melbourne CBD at 8 o'clock for a club dinner, which will be awesome, you know, to see all the faces we haven't seen in a long time and have a good chat about where we are in the season. And then obviously at 9:30, the game will roll around and we'll get to hopefully watch a good Milan win at home.
That'd be good. Yeah, we really want that.
I guess on that game, what are your thoughts, Shady?
With Ibra in the squad, I mean, we're going to be missing Rebic, I think, and Calabria, Romagnoli, I think. But overall, I think we should, after that light breather, like you're saying, like we had a bit of a rest, or a lot of players did at least. I think we should go into that game with a lot of hunger, and don't want to get too carried away, but I think it should be a comfortable win.
I hope so. And I think Rebic actually, there's a chance that he can play. Is that right? Because he got cleared. We contested it and won. It's just a...
Yeah, have we won? Okay.
Yeah.
So my bad. So okay. Sorry. So it was half. Yeah. I know there was the appeal for the 3-game ban, and if it is okay, then sorry, my bad.
But I think there is still speculation whether he'll be fit and ready to play. So he's not a confirmed in yet, but hopefully.
Okay. Well, yeah. Hopefully, I mean, yeah. If he's available, then that's always a plus. But just having Ibra fitting back in the squad, I hope his antics with Sweden didn't, he's not too tired. I guess so not too exhausted after he had a couple of good performances with the national team. So it'd be good to have him leading the line. And I'm like I said, cautiously optimistic, I guess, about a good win.
Well, talking on that, what's going to be your prediction for this week, Shady?
I'm going to go for a 3-0 win.
Wow. Okay. I'll probably stick to a 2-1 win. Obviously. 2-1 win for me.
Yeah. Any way we can get those 3 points. Yeah.
Exactly. It's just about us kind of finding a bit of form again, I think. But yeah, a clean sheet would be very nice though.
Yeah.
I guess moving past that, what news do you have for us about Milan? Shady, any news?
Things. I mean, speaking of clean sheets, just Donnarumma's the saga with his renewal comes to mind. There's been a lot of speculation here and there, and I think one of the things La Stampa said the other day was that Donnarumma basically told me, I'm staying at Milan, just work out that get the formalities out of the way, and then you hear all these different things about the club offering him 8 million euros plus bonuses, and Real asking for 12, and they're trying to find that middle ground. So it's interesting because it's not often that you see a player with 3 months left on his contract actually kind of negotiating like this. Yeah. Usually what happens is they do it a year before. I know COVID changed a lot of things, but it's turning into this, I don't know, like a soap opera, like one of those long, boring soap operas that just goes on and on and on. No.
I feel like each one of these videos that we talk about it's kind of like Groundhog Day, where it's always there's news, but there isn't news.
I mean, you could one of our videos the past year, and we seem to bring this up every time. So it's kind of it would be good for us to talk about something different. But at the same time, I mean, Donnarumma is such an integral part of the team. We can't not talk about it if there's something happening.
Yeah.
So it's kind of
I guess that's in terms of players possibly leaving. Players coming in. Speculation about us signing someone up forward. Possibly Belotti is the one that's coming out over the last week or two. What are your thoughts on that? I think we'd all probably accept him, but would you be happy with that move?
I would be. I wonder though how we go with, is the management's view that Lorenzo Colombo's he's not there yet at all? because from what I understand, and correct me if I'm wrong, Mandzukic is probably staying next season as well. I know we haven't seen him at all this season, but I mean, barely anyway. So if we've got Ibra, who's probably staying on, and Mandzukic, I mean, where does Colombo fit into the picture, or does he not? So if he's not, then definitely it would be good to have Belotti. And then we've obviously got Rafael Leao, who can also play in that position. So it's an interesting one. I'm interested in finding out what the club has in mind. But Belotti, I mean, if we're talking about Belotti as a player, I'd take him with open arms. I mean,
yeah,
we definitely have him at the club with open arms.
I do think that if we did sign him and we kept Ibrahimović, Mandzukic, we haven't really seen Mandzukic at all. I mean, he's only played, I think, like 150 something minutes for us, but I think it would be kind of like one or the other for me. And I think I would prefer Belotti over Mandzukic.
Oh yeah, 100%. I mean, yeah, it's not a tough choice. I mean, maybe a few years ago it would have been a different debate, but right now, no, it's not. I mean, it's not a tough choice. Yeah, so we need. I mean, I think it's that lack of clarity for us as supporters. I know we're not going to be, we don't see everything that happens in the inner workings of everything, but it's that. I mean, yeah, it's like, where are we heading? Because Colombo is obviously very promising, and when given the chance, he seemed okay.
Yeah.
So, yeah, I agree with you. Also, talk of.
Yeah.
Sorry, no, you go.
I was just going to say possibility to continue to loan him out, Colombo, but.
I guess. But then it's just going to be one of those never-ending loans like Pilzarian and Povega, Thomas Povega. So I mean, it's one of those things. So yeah, at some point you've got to have faith in these players. Either sell them or bring them into the system. You know what I mean?
Yep.
But
absolutely.
Yeah. Another one I saw too was just Ilicic from Atalanta. I mean. I was surprised to find out he's already 33. I mean, yeah, he has been around for a while, I guess. Yeah, even since his Palermo days and then yeah, he has been around for a while. But I was surprised that he's 33 already. So, what do you think about him?
Yeah, I feel like that's kind of more of a I'd love him in the team. Obviously, he's a very good player. I don't know. I guess that's more of a. If we're ready next season and we think that we are ready to shake things up, because I don't know what the long-term progression with that would be. You don't want to really build a team dependent on him, I don't think.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. And it kind of goes against what we've been working on these past couple of years, which is like building a strong, youngish core of players. I mean, all these like older players who are like, they're not long-term solutions. It's like patchwork. I mean, yeah, I don't know. Yeah. But he is a great player. He always shows that against us, unfortunately.
Yeah, absolutely no denying that. I guess another one that's just come to mind is the Romagnoli rumors.
Yeah, rumors that he wants like a salary increase, which the club isn't really willing to offer. They're willing to offer him a renewal with the current salary. And the club would probably be open to selling him for about, if we got an offer of, 20 million euros. So, I don't know. He's not had the best season this season, but he's been a very important part of our rebuilding, of our like comeback of I don't know. I wouldn't let him go that easily, to be honest. And he's the captain. Some would argue, I understand that argument, that sometimes he has to be a bit more assertive, a bit more proactive on the pitch. I understand that. But I don't think that because of that you should go ahead and sell him. I think he's been a great defender for us, and I wouldn't just give him away just like that.
Yeah, I agree. I think he's barring this season, really, he did actually have. It hasn't been a shocking season. It hasn't been a great season or a season up to his usual standard. Definitely, I would agree to that. But, and I understand that the market is very different right now because of COVID's effects on clubs. But a sum like 20 million for your captain and what has been a pretty integral player to the squad and its development sounds quite low. Although in saying that, there's also rumours that Bellotti could come across for around 20 million as well. So if that's the market, I guess that's the market. It would just mean that I guess we'd have to use that money wisely and where that would go.
Yeah, and I get your point, but my point is it's not just about the money. You don't go around. I mean,
yeah,
you're not. I mean, you've got Tomori, who's been promising, but he's not the finished article yet. Pierre, who's great, but he is getting slightly older, and it's shown with some of the muscular injuries. He's had this season. It's taking a bit more time to recover from them. And you've got Gabbia, who's also good, but again, not the finished article. So I don't think that selling Romagnoli, and I know we've been linked to quite a few young defenders, but I mean, I don't think that's the solution. I think we're going to have a bit of a problem there. I think Romagnoli will bounce back from this. I mean, he's had a poor season by his standards, at least. He's had a poor season, and then you can't debate that, really. But I think he's got it in him to bounce back from this, and I don't think it's sending the right signal when you sell your captain like that, just even if it's a COVID one, all that. I'm not sure. I wouldn't agree with that.
It's a shocking signal, actually, and I don't think it doesn't sound like the thing that Maldini would do. It doesn't fit in with how he's operated in the past, so it would come as a shock, I think.
Yeah. Who knows? Who knows? I know Raiola's not. I mean, the fact that Raiola's his age doesn't help, I guess, because he's not.
Isn't it funny?
He doesn't.
Raiola. It feels like Raiola's got us by the neck at the moment.
Yeah, that's one area of the body to describe it.
Yeah. Anyway, unless there's anything else, I think that kind of wraps us up. Yeah, really just an exciting weekend for us, obviously. Everyone make sure you're in and around the Crafty Squire at 8 p.m. on Saturday night, because it's built to be a pretty big event for us.
Yeah, it'd be great for the club, and we look forward to having everyone on.
I'm looking forward to seeing everyone there, so come and say g'day, please. And that's about all from us, I think.
Yeah, it's good catching up, mate. Look forward to the next one.
Absolutely. As always, Forza Milan, and see you next time.
Got